very personalized for each person. So someone who is looking to retire, and I know this would be great for someone, a lot of the people that you are dealing with, a lot of people leaving New York. I just lost another 3 years worth of payments. And you can say, wow, it's worth it.
And we are on schedule to have our 30-year mortgage paid off by 2026, which will be just under 7 years.
All these different methods to pay down debt, which all have they do have a positive effect, but this program has found a way to combine all of them.
She was going to be paying on these debts for 27 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
you instantly, as soon as you hit enter, you get the full results of what that's going to do for your future. You're on the fastest path to bringing down your debt and getting to where you want to be, whether it's retirement. Its goal is always the quickest, cheapest way out of debt.
And it makes it easy and stress-free. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of People, Places, and Things with Alysia Stern. Today's guest is Anthony and Kelly Salvador from New York. Their website is optimizedebtelimination.com. Now, let me give you a little brief history of how we met. We met about 2 years ago when Chris and I were on 103.9 FM, Long Island News Radio. Kelly had contacted us, and there was just such a synergy in our relationship that we became friends. And I've always wanted to share more about what they do, but unfortunately, we had them on the radio, but then we moved to South Carolina, and we had to get our lives in order here. And now that we're back, and I have my new podcast going, I called Kelly. I said, Kelly, you really have so much to offer other people. The service that you and Anthony, offer, especially for me being a realtor, working in the financial aspect of people, I feel like we could really have a synergy. And I don't want you to think that I forgot about you, but I need to bring you back. So here they are on People, Places, and Things, Anthony and Kelly Salvador.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you guys?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for having us on again.
You're welcome. I heard it snowed in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's late. It should have been here a couple of months ago with Christmas, but better late than never, right?
Exactly. We haven't had that much snow I moved to South Carolina, but still, like, it kind of slowed down. We had some huge storms, but then it kind of slowed down a little bit, right?
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah. So let's tell everybody about optimizedebtelimination.com. Tell us your story, how you got involved in it, and all the wonderful things that you're doing to help people.
4 years ago, we had our backs against the wall. We were not making it to the end of the month. We had more month than money. And we refinanced our house for the third time and took on another 30-year mortgage. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said, you really should take a look at this, debt elimination program that I'm using. And, my husband here thought it was, baloney, thought it was a scam, but I convinced him to sit down and check it out. And he said, we really can't afford not to do it. We were able to, with the program, we paid off $20,000 in credit card debt in under 10 months. We paid both our kids' vehicles. They each had vehicles around $25,000. We were able to pay them off in the next 18 months. And we are on schedule to have our 30-year mortgage paid off by 2026, which will be just under 7 years. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. And, I sent so many people to the woman who sold me the program that she offered me a partnership and said, you're really great at, talking about it. Why don't you partner with me and sell the program? So here I am.
Nice. Very nice. Now tell me more about the program. How does it work?
The program actually, it's really, the thing that's really good about it is it's very personalized for each person. So someone who is looking to retire, and I know this would be great for someone, a lot of the people that you are dealing with, a lot of people leaving New York and trying to, cut some of their bills and debt so that they can live comfortably and retire. This is something that can accelerate that process. I would not have been able to retire if it were not for this program. I'd be looking at 30 years more of mortgage payments now. We're down to 6. So
Nice.
it's completely adaptable, and we can help people get out of debt really quick, which allows them to either invest or retire, depending on everybody's situation. And it's completely adaptable for whatever, each individual would need or whatever your goals are.
See, I love this because being a real estate broker and a realtor and working with so many buyers, a lot of the first-time home buyers, they're not always prepared to buy a home. They have too much debt to income ratio and they need to pay some of that down. So your program would be perfect for that. Like if I had a buyer that needed to just cut their DTI down a little bit, I can send them to you and you can show them the process on how to make it smooth and easy and to get from point A to point B, which would be home buying in a really short amount of time.
Absolutely. And it would be without just randomly throwing extra money at their debts, where you're not knowing what you're getting for it or leaving yourself short somewhere else. Everything is done strategically through a computer program, which doesn't leave you short at the end of the month on your other bills. And you can customize it to how aggressive you want to be, how much you want to save. So you're able to save and invest and do all the things and still live your life the way you're living now, yet you're on the fastest path to bringing down your debt and getting to where you want to be, whether it's retirement, whether it's an investment property, or a first-time home buyer, like you said, like you're mentioning, someone who needs to get their stuff squared away so they can even buy that first house. And you can do it at the fastest pace possible.
Yeah. Now, what makes you guys stand out from all of the other, debt elimination programs that are out there?
Most of the debt elimination programs are, closing the accounts, just debt settlements or debt consolidation. When you close the accounts through debt settlements, that really hurts your credit score. And so you really don't want to do that. When you consolidate, you're still having the same amount of debt with a smaller payment, but now they're going to drag it on for, 20 years instead of 10 or, however that works out. Ours, you're paying each and every debt, you're paying them off. And the way the program works is it utilizes every dollar. It'll tell you exactly what to pay, when to pay it, what day to pay it. And by doing so, it is making strategic payments so that it goes after your principal, not just interest only or 3/4 interest.
I think, what you're trying to say basically is that it uses all of the principles. There are complex algorithms going on in the background. People have heard of the debt snowball method, all these different methods to pay down debt, which all have they do have a positive effect, but this program has found a way to combine all of them. And you don't have to do the math. You're not sitting at your kitchen table with a calculator trying to figure this out. It tells you exactly what to pay, when to pay, and how much to pay. And it also tells you the effect of that. You know exactly why you did something. Like if you made an extra payment, a larger payment on your mortgage or your credit card, it will tell you exactly how much interest you saved by making that payment. So you're not just throwing money away blindly. And you'll always know when you're going to be debt free. So if things happen in between, as life happens, a car breaks down or something breaks in your house, you make those extra payments to fix whatever's fixed. And this program automatically updates your time schedule. So you never know. You're never not in the know. You always know which path you're on and how long it's going to take.
Yeah, because that's one of the things that you just said, you never know. I've had people sit with me, buyers, before I've actually sent them to a professional, just in a basic coffee conversation. I don't know what to do. Should I pay down my car? Should I pay down my credit card? Should I pay off my student loan? Where do I go? How do I cut this debt to income? And your program is brainless. It pretty much puts everything out on the line and helps you with what you were saying, some sort of algorithm, and it makes it easy and stress-free, it seems, right?
Exactly, because there are people have, some people, it's like some people have a mortgage, some have 4 or 5 different credit cards. Like you said, they have car loans, student loans. You start combining 7 or 8, 9 different loans and different payments and different interest rates. Which one do you pay? You don't know. How
Yeah.
much do I put here? How much do I put there? This figures out exactly to the penny what to pay and when to pay it so that you will be out. Its goal is always the quickest, cheapest way out of debt. So you're never going to be wasting any money.
Perfect. Perfect. Kelly?
We had a client we were working with a couple of weeks ago. And she was trying to save for a house. She's got credit card debt, she's got student loan debt, she's got an automobile, and the way her payments were structured, she was going to be paying on these debts for 27 years.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a young family and they're trying to buy a house. So when we were done, by the time, we put everything in the system, it's going to have her out of debt in 7 years.
Nice. Yeah,
And
you know what you said before too. People also think like if they pay off those high credit cards, then to close the account. Growing up, my grandmother always told me, pay off your credit cards, then put them in a bucket of water and put the credit card in the water and throw it in the freezer and forget about it. Freeze it. So you don't write the numbers down, but it's in your freezer. So God forbid there is an emergency down the road, you have an empty credit card that you can use. But I was keeping my credit cards in the freezer for a while. I'm sure that's now the first place that thieves are going to look now for, little Tupperware credit cards in the freezer. Yeah, but that's how I did. But I did hear some people do think that, closing them works, but it doesn't. It doesn't work to close that once they're
it
paid
goes
off.
against your credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where can everybody find you? Give me an email, give me a phone number, your website. Where can we find you?
Our website is www.optimizedelimination.com. The email.
The email is optimizeddebt@gmail.com.
And you can always call me at 631-879-3627.
Nice. Now, Kelly, you're not only in it for first-time home buyers. This is for all debt across the board. This is for someone who, like you guys, who even owns a home, has a 30-year mortgage and wants to pay it off under 10 years. So this program could work for that as well, too.
It absolutely can, because not only will you be saving on all the interest, because everybody knows the first 20 years of your mortgage payment is going to interest, but if you're paid off in half the time, you're going to save all that money on future payments that you're now not paying. That money's going to be yours.
That's true. And it doesn't matter what debt it is. It could be personal, it could be federal, it could be, loans, car loans, student loans, it could be anything, right?
Any interest accruing debt. Interest accruing debt. So unfortunately, if people are hung up on taxes, we can't help with that.
Okay.
Medical debt, it doesn't really apply. But anything that you're paying a bank, I can help you.
Okay. And how easy is it to sign up for the program? What do we have to do to sign up?
Give me a call and I will talk to you first, explain the program, go a little bit deeper. It would be a second phone call over Zoom, maybe. I only take your data. I don't ask for account numbers, nothing of that nature. It's just the data. I need the balance, minimum monthly payment, the interest that they're charging you, some additional information. If it's a mortgage, I would need the origination date, taxes, escrow, that kind of stuff. Credit card information, the same thing. I don't need account numbers, just the data.
Yeah, nothing identifying, just no bank names, no account numbers, just the raw data that we can enter into the program. And then we'll come up with how aggressive someone wants to be, what are their goals, and we can fine tune the program to get to where they want to be as fast as possible. And then we can present it to them, and if it's something they're interested in, we move forward.
And
now,
this
can you change the data? I'm sorry, Kelly. Can you change the data? Let's say I only want to spend like $500 a month, but then I realize, wow, this is really working. I'm going to kick this up a couple notches. I'm going to throw my whole tax return into this and pay off more. Can you do that with your program?
That happens every week, every day. If you come upon an unexpected paycheck, you throw that in, and it works in the negative aspect. Like I was saying to you before, if something bad happens where you have to fix your car or the refrigerator goes, you can enter that in as well. And a lot of times, a lot of our programs are set up with only, say, like anywhere between $20 and $25 of discretionary income. Like the amount of money that people have left over each month between their bills and their income, whatever that is, if something as little as $25 can make significant differences, And if people decide, hey, this is going really good, I'd like to throw 50 a month towards this or less if it's the other direction. Hey, some people don't have a lot of discretionary income at the end of the month. I mean, we've done things with people where they've only had $5 extra at the end of the month, and we're able to let the computer work with that $5 and get amazing results. So it's completely customizable and also changeable at any time. And any change you make, you instantly, as soon as you hit enter, you get the full results of what that's going to do for your future. So if
Nice.
you can make it an intelligent decision and say, wow, by increasing it from $25 to 50, I just lost another 3 years worth of payments. And you could say, wow, it's worth it.
That is huge. 3 years is huge.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, some people commit suicide over their debt. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that debt really, it kind of can destroy your mental health. Anybody with too much debt, depression, marriages can break up, suicidal thoughts, like debt is a part of life that we all have to face at some point, and some people can't handle it. They
Mhm.
can't handle the results, and some of the debt is not even their fault.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know, it's like
And it
charging
affects
your
your
credit.
health too.
Yeah, exactly. Sleepless nights, worrying, anxiety. It's really, I mean, in today's mental health, proactive days, I think your program is wonderful, wonderful.
And when
You
people
know,
buy the program, they're not just buying the program, but they're buying us as well because, they have our number. We keep in touch with all of our clients, checking in, how's it going? We had someone call us last Easter saying, hey, I was looking at my program. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm like, oh, it's what we do. We don't care. We're always available.
that's
So
good to know. Now, how can everybody find you again? Your email and your phone number and your website.
optimizeddebt@gmail.com, optimizeddebt.elimination.com, and my phone number 631-879-3627.
So this has been a great show with Anthony and Kelly Salvador from OptimizedDebtElimination.com. Guys, I'll be back in New York in the spring. I hope to see you. I hope we can do dinner, lunch, something.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, okay. And if anybody needs to find them, you can find them at OptimizedDebtElimination.com. So
Well,
thanks, guys, for coming on, and I hope to see you in the spring.
Sounds good. Thank you for
thank
having
you.
us.
Thanks, Alicia.
Okay,
Good to
thanks.
see you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.